Welcome to another edition of the Fearless Football Forecast. As you can tell, it's casual week with Team Reflector here. A couple of last-second changes in the schedule. That's just, this is our outfit today. We got to roll with it.
Yeah, you guys, you're welcome.
Yep. No shirt and ties. But the good news, we have some really good football games,
Yes.
especially the top two here, Coastal Conference games. Tony, start us off here. A game that is not only a good Pitt County matchup, maybe one of the best matchups in the entire state this week. D.H. Conley travels to Havelock.
Yeah, absolutely. Conley comes in unbeaten. Havelock consistently been one of the best teams in the state for the last few years. That's true again this year.
Yep.
Conley's got a lot to play for. I mean, that could be a statement game if they could go down there and pull the upset.
Definitely. That's the best way to describe that is a statement game if it could happen. Who's your pick in that one?
I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think that Havelock is too good. Not to take anything away from Conley, they haven't exactly played the toughest schedule so far. Kudos to them for starting 5-0, but I don't think they can get it done at Havelock.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to slow down Havelock enough in this game. I'm going to pick Havelock.
All right, same here. I'm going with Havelock. I think it could be closer. Last year it was 42-28. I think it could be a last-minute touchdown, maybe a 10-point win, something like that. Havelock's at home. I'm going with the home team in that one. Next game, Jim is sticking in the Coastal. South Central at Jacksonville. Probably another close game.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird game. That South Central team's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. We've kind of talked
Yes.
about it a lot. Still, but I think they're starting to find their identity. We got Sean Furlow, who's suddenly become the star running back, maybe the best running back in the county right now. He's rushed for over 200 yards last two games. We're talking about two teams that desperately need a win, both 1-0 in conference. And getting out to that 2-0 start will be huge,
Yes.
especially with games with Havelock and D.H. Conley still on the schedule. But, it's one of those games that can be pretty close. But when you look at an offensive weapon like Sean Furlow, you think South Central's got the edge.
Gotcha. All right, who's your pick there?
I'm going to go with South Central. Even though they're on the road, they're 2-3. I think they're starting to play better, and I think we're going to see that this week. Jacksonville's 3-2 overall, but this is a time for South Central. This is a statement game for South Central too. I think we need to see whether or not they're a legitimate playoff type team, and then this will go a long way toward proving that.
Okay, I'm going to go with Falcons as well. If nothing else, because I was way off on that one last week. A sincere apology to South Central, the whole crew, the coaches, the fans, because I caught it out there in Winterville last week. I was way off. This team's better than I guess I thought they were at this point. If Furlow's healthy, can play the whole game, can take care of that injury, I think South Central wins a close one on the road. What about you, Tony?
I picked them 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to pick them again. I was not off on any of my games last week. I want to point that out. But, South Central, I think, as Jim alluded to, I think they're kind of finding their identity now, and they're riding Furlow, as they should.
Definitely. All right, next game here, Tony, Green Central at North Pitt.
I think North Pitt is hungry for a win. Anytime they have to play Tarboro, it's got to be tough. But I think that following week, they usually bounce back. They're probably looking forward to being at home again, trying to get a conference win. They should be pumped up for that game on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. What's your pick there?
I think the Panthers will win it. Green Central comes in with that 1-4 record, lost 4 in a row. I think North Pitt's going to make it 5.
Okay, Jim.
I think North Pitt wins big in this one. They're coming off a couple of tough games with Conley and Tarboro. This competition is going to be a different level, and I think North Pitt's a much better football team.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to North Pitt as well. I think it's kind of an easy pick, but you never know physically. They've been beaten down by those teams. I mean, those teams are really good.
That's true.
Hopefully, they're healthy. They're able to get that win. I'm going with the Panthers as well.
Okay.
Last game, Jim. Farmville Central travels to Southwest Edgecombe.
Yeah, this is one of those weird games because Southwest Edgecombe's coming off that big win against Kinston. Do they ride that high to the next game, or is there a hangover from that win, and you take Farmville Central too lightly? Could be a catch game for them, but Farmville Central's lost 14 in a row, desperately needs a win, and you don't want to find out your opponent just beat Kinston the week before you had to make a trip down to there.
That's true.
They scored 56 points in the win as well. So,
It's impressive.
What's your pick there?
I got to go with Southwest Edgecombe. I mean, Farmville Central's struggling right now. I think Southwest Edgecombe takes that momentum from that win against Kinston, carries it into this week.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to go with Southwest Edgecombe as well. I agree with what you said, though. There could be a hangover, letdown effect from Southwest Edgecombe. Maybe Farmville Central has a lead early or whatever, but I think eventually Southwest, kind of carries it out and ends up winning in the end. Tony?
I would love to pick the Jaguars, but I just can't do it. I think Southwest Edgecombe is going to be riding high, Jim, as you mentioned after that win last week. I think they'll extend that losing streak, unfortunately. We want to pick you at some point, Farmville
Yeah.
Central.
Yeah,
we really do.
Definitely.
I think Beddingfield, Green Central, some games that are coming up that I think they could
Fingers
have a
crossed.
shot in, but right now not going to happen.
Harville needs some luck with injuries.
Yeah.
and things like that.
Totally.
They've just been snake bitten
Big
the
time.
last couple of years.
Definitely. All right, well, that's our predictions, our analysis for this week. Big games this week, so make sure you check them out. Check the paper, reflector.com, and we'll see you next week.